Auchentoshan 12-year-old. Hello and welcome to another Whiskey Trials. Okay, tonight we have the Auchentoshan 12-year-old. Right, Auchentoshan was one of these whiskies that got me into single malts, got me into whiskies in general. So I can't remember the two. They've got the American oak expression, which I'm not that keen on, or I wasn't too keen on. I might need to try it again. Wasn't that keen on it. It was very, very woody. Quite, from what I remember, it was quite a fresh wood, quite a drying wood. But they had another expression which can't remember what it was called. I kind of feel like I might need to pick up my whiskey Bible at this point. The only thing is, man, I've got to keep this one short because I don't have any space on my SD card, and it's saying that I've only got 10 minutes to do this. And anybody that's watched one of these before, any of my whiskey trials, they tend to go on a bit. I think my shortest one's like 17 minutes. So let's just hurry it up a bit. Where are we going? No, gone too far now. God damn. Auchentoshan. Does this go into expressions? It's probably the classic. Yeah, because here's the American oak. Jim Murray seems to like the American oak. Alright. Auchentoshan Classic, was it that one? So we've got 3 wood virgin oak. No, it must have been a classic or something. Got various kind of old ones here. No, I'm thinking definitely must have been, because it was much more of a sherried one. It was a sweeter one. Anyway, let's get to the point. The point is that one was one of the kind of whiskies that got me interested in whiskies and that I liked, so it got me on the whiskey journey. So this one, the 12-year-old, this is actually, so I've tried those two expressions. The first one I tried, and then the American oak, which I wasn't a fan of at the time. I might like it now because my taste buds have probably changed a bit. But this one is quite an interesting one because it kind of fits into this category now of one of the ones where it's a real kind of different flavour. It's a standout malt for me in terms of flavour. So I've talked about the Talisker, especially the Talisker 10 and the Talisker Sky, where that really stands out for me in terms of the flavour, and I think I can pick that out. Now, I've got other ones as well, like Glen Murray. Okay, the ones that I've tried are more the bottom end of the spectrum, like price-wise and potentially taste-wise as well. But I've tried the 12-year-old on the Glen Murray, and there's like a taste there. The Glendronach, obviously, I'm keen on that. I think that's got a certain kind of flavour too. So these standout kind of distilleries are starting to come forward, and this is a funny one because Auchentoshan's always been a kind of a woodier one for me, I think, especially the American oak expression. So I tried the 12. I thought I'd try the 12, and it's definitely got a woodiness, but on the nose it's got quite a sour note, a sour wood kind of flavour, and it's not unpleasant. It's not like, ugh, that smells sour, but it is interesting. It's not necessarily sweet. There is not like a medicinal note to it, but there's definitely something going on. Let's see what Jim Murray says, but because I don't know where the box is, but there's no tasting notes on the bottle. but immediately what hits you is wood. And I think that's one of the things with Auchentoshan is that there's an immediate wood punch. But this one for me is so well balanced because you get that big wood punch, and then there's a sour kind of note, but there's an equal balance of like sweet and savoury in it. So it's not like it's not a sweet one. I'm not going the sherry flavours or the bourbon sweetness. There is like a saltiness that combines or that counteracts the sweetness to it. What does good old Jim say about it? The 12. It's got a sexy fruity element, citrus and apples in particular. Perfectly lightens the rich oily barley. Actually, that's one of the things I noticed with this one. Was it does have that kind of oiliness, so potentially you could easily add like a couple of drops of water to this and experiment with some water. Oily and buttery, intense barley carrying delicate marzipan and vanilla. Simplistic, but the oils keep matters lush and the delicate sugars do the rest. So yeah, I think he's probably nailed it there. It does have that kind of richness. I think that's potentially what I'm getting with the sourness, is that there's a slight, well, like I said, there is a sourness, but it's not an unpleasant one. And I think if you combine a kind of sourness with a buttery kind of finish, then that's what I'm getting. So yeah, I'm aware that I'm in a big time limit with this one. So this is such a nice malt for me. It's one of the ones that kind of stands out. It's different. It's one of the ones where, as I'm progressing through my whiskey journey, I'm finding that I don't always want what I thought I wanted, which was like what I started off with, which was the kind of sweeter ones. Now I'm finding that, sometimes I want something different. I want something else. I mean, my sweet ones are like my go-tos. That's my little home base. That's where I came from. But like I said before, the Taliskers, they're smokier, they're peatier, they're seaweedier, they're slightly more medicinal. And I like the Laphroaig Select as well. I can drink a few of them. And this is on another end of like, or it's on a different pillar of taste, as it were. So this one for me stands up as if you like the woody ones, and you want something that isn't sweet but is very well balanced, that has a sourness that kind of melts into a buttery kind of sweetness, but it's all on a level. Nothing quite takes the lead. It's not too sour, it's not too sweet, it's not too buttery, it's not too creamy, it's not too vanilla. It's a very, very well balanced malt. Yeah, it's such a good malt, and this is now, like I said with the Talisker 10, like I really don't want to be without a Talisker. So whether it's the Sky, which I really like, or the 10, I want a Talisker in my collection, and this has made it. I want an Auchentoshan 12. So I'll probably do like I'm getting to the point now where I'm getting to the like my collection, whether it's like maybe it's just like five malts that I always want to have available. But I'm getting close to that, and this is one of them. It's that good. So if you like the woodier ones, even if you don't, just expand the taste buds a little bit here, right? I mean, if you've been following my journey, hopefully you've been following and been buying the same things that I've bought. So, if your experience is the same things that I am, then this is another level. This is a different pillar of taste, like I said. So yeah, it's really good. I've realised this is quite a short one for me. I've tried to keep it as succinct as possible. So cheers. Please subscribe below. Give it a wee like. Check out some of the other videos. Give them a like, or maybe give them a dislike. I don't care, as long as you interact. Maybe leave me a comment, how I can improve, things you didn't like, things you did like. I'm totally open to all your suggestions. So, Slanty. Cheers.